Hey guys, welcome back to our channel, Americans React. I'm Rima.
I'm Randee.
I'm Emily.
And yeah, we are very happy again to come to you with another video. So again, guys, we obviously take subscriber requests on this channel. And one of our subscribers or Americans React family member, Anshika Singh. Anshika, I know you've been messaging me and telling me to keep doing this for a long time. So I think you'll be very happy when you see this video. So she has been requesting we do RRR with our interview. And this is a fun interview with the RRR team. This was before, I think, the film released, or maybe shortly after, I'm not sure. But it has our favorites, NTR, Charan, SS Rajamouli, the director, with Rana Dagubatti. So, guys, you may not have seen Rana Dagubatti, but he's a very well-known actor in Telugu cinema, and he's of course now doing some, I believe, Hindi cinema projects as well. And he was actually in the prior magnum opus by SS Rajamouli, which was Bahubali. So he was the main antagonist in that film. And we are watching these movies right now, so we may not be familiar, but eventually we'll get to know all these amazing actors. So it's an interview with them. Okay, so guys, you have the interview on your screens. 1, 2, 3, play.
Hi, I've been in Bombay close to 10 years now, and
So that's Rana
always
Dagubatti.
wanted the rest of India to see the bigness that Telugu cinema had to offer. And the one that broke that was our Captain R, and here he's with the other two Rs in my house in Bombay.
Oh, nice. They're all friends, by the way. They're all like very close.
So cute.
They're like besties.
I know. I have a feeling this is going to be one of the best interviews.
Sir, welcome back to Pan India.
My little matching shirts are so cute.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rana.
ఎలా ఉంది సార్ పాన్ ఇండియన్ ప్రమోషన్?
Exhaustive, but very interesting.
మీకు ఎలా ఉంది ఇద్దరు?
కొత్తగా ఉంది.
So I think
Interesting ఉంది. Exhausting
but good.
they're speaking in Telugu as well, I guess.
No.
Yeah.
This is the technically your first pan Indian visit. What was your thought? Did you ever?
I was very nervous. Staying in Hyderabad doing Telugu regional films, you still haven't explored the other side of it. You know it, but you haven't explored it. Till you explore it, till you taste it, you don't know how it is. So after coming here and talking, then I understood that it's the same. Interacting with the press, interacting with the audiences here, it's the same. Because the language might change, but the excitement of cinema is
Remains
common.
the same.
It's common all over India.
I agree
It's
with
common.
him there. Yeah.
So do you want to keep repeating these
Absolutely.
reruns?
Absolutely.
And do more and more stuff here. in
Yes,
Bombay?
yes, for sure.
Very nice. Now this is topic of British India, of revolt. It's true. It's fictional. What is it? It's completely fictional, or is it?
Yeah, it's completely fictional. It's based on the spirit of two legendary freedom fighters, Alluri and Kumram. But when I looked at their timelines, they were so similar. The coincidences are mind-blowing.
Nice.
Born around the same time, left their homes around the same time, came back around the same time, and no one knows what happened in those 2-3 years or 3-4 years of their lives. So I thought, here is a chance that I can
Tell a
explore.
story.
Yeah,
Yes.
I always liked bringing two superpowers of two different eras, two different storylines. I loved the idea of bringing them together and fantasizing about them. So I thought, here is a great chance to do it. And the way the characters were developing in my mind, I thought, I have these two guys who will suit that roles perfectly.
Nice.
And in the film, I needed to have a fantastic friendship between them. And here I have two guys, two superstars who are very close friends, which is very rare.
Oh, lucky for him, huh?
So too many coincidences. No? Everything was falling into place. Maybe nature intended me to, do this.
Speaking very highly about your friendship.
And that's why we're looking at each other and smiling.
Saying how great
How great!
friendship is.
Tell me, you guys were friends before set, after set, or during the process of RRR?
You're asking us?
Yeah.
You
don't know.
No, I want to know what
They,
level
they
of
know,
friendship
they
is
already know, right? Yeah.
Of course, you didn't know?
Friends.
Pan India wants to know.
What is Pan India?
So Pan India wants to know what your friendship is. Yeah.
We've been friends for a very, very long time. I think during the first time when we played a celebrity cricket match.
It started
is
from
when-
there.
It started from there.
Wow.
He said,
Cricket
"I'm
is very
going
big in
back
I want to
after
be in that
that
room. Yeah?
All right.
I've never played.
Pranti's birthday was
It's
on the
huge.
26th of March. So this always happens. 26th is Pranti's birthday on March and 27th is our
Panti's
man's.
his wife.
So 25th,
Huh.
we start celebrating for Pranti's birthday and 26th evening I'm vanished. Why? Because our man is...
We were
We'll
calling
be gone to
him
the 29th or something.
So it's become like a practice where his car just comes.
Huh.
I jump away from this party, from my wife's party. I'm there. And then she called me, where are you? I was like, oh no, it's Charan's
I'll see you in 3
birthday.
days.
So yeah, it started from there, and we've been good friends, Rana. Nothing to hide, and you know about it as well. But RRR maybe bonded us,
Professionally
glued it up a
also.
little more professionally also.
understanding each other.
Understanding each other's comfort levels. As
That's a good
actors,
point.
As pluses
And
and
we-
minuses.
We obviously heard about their
Okay,
experience.
let's talk about
so,
pluses and
yeah.
minuses. What's the plus and minus?
Because you can be best friends with someone but not work with them artistically.
Yeah.
Totally.
His this guy has this crazy intensity in him. Rana, it's you want to explore him. No, he's not this open book.
Don't try it, it's pretty dangerous.
Yeah, I know. So he's very close. I might call him an introvert. This guy is you need to break that comfort zone or that shield of guard which he has. And then when you get in, then you understand that this
Rana
guy is...
believes it's better I have
Safer for
I was
He's making him
the
sound
very few
dangerous.
people who could actually break that and get in and understand what
very
he is.
quickly, easily.
Very easily and very quickly. In fact, as he said, it's a very rare friendship, a very rare combination of two stars being
I
friends.
remember Rana asking me, how come you and Tarak? Because he knows both of us so well, and we are such opposite personalities. And that's what I think is the
Interesting.
seeking of friendship. When you seek somebody who's completely opposite, that's attractive.
Thank God we didn't meet the same way. Like, it would be crazy if you did.
Yeah, opposite poles
So,
attract.
okay, now that
So for
feels
me, the
like
plus and minus is that. A minus again, I want people to understand him. As a friend now, knowing him, I really want people to know what he is. Rather
Aw,
than
that's
just
sweet.
think
It's like a
the other way.
brotherly thing almost.
I know
I
what he is
know.
as a person. Like we had this interview with Zomato where they asked me describe Charan, with a food analogy. I said he's like a golgappa. You just put it in his mouth, you start savoring him, then you understand the flavors.
Okay, just to give you a little bit of context, so Golgappa is like a snack item, I think, in India, and it's sort of like it's like a crunchy circular shell, and you kind of add some liquid, like sort of maybe a little sour, a little sweet into it, and then you just savor it, and it sort of gives you like a mixture or a burst of flavor in your mouth. So it's a very it's sort of a snack that I believe Indians enjoy. Guys, if I got it wrong, let me know, but I think that's what he's referring to for Golgappa.
It's not your puri and water and your chana. No, it's everything put together.
For
So
me,
that's
if I
what
have
it
to
is.
relate a dish for him, it's a non-vegetarian thali.
Oh, no,
A bit of everything, and it can never be a vegetarian.
So it's like a thali is again another big plate. So I mean, I don't know. I hope one day we'll get to try this together, but it's a big plate and it's got all these different Indian items in it. So he's saying it has to be non-veg though. for him.
Sounds good.
Sir, you worked with them in the past.
Yeah.
You worked with him right from your beginning, in that sense. and in the
My
sense-
beginning also.
also his beginning. How do you see them grow up?
No, I was a senior, right?
Okay.
I entered before. Yeah, he entered the industry before me. What year was it? 90,
91.
91.
Oh, wow.
I was still a senior then. 91, I did a film with my grandfather.
Then if you then my entry is 83.
Then let's not talk about it. Okay, we'll talk about entry into films.
Entry into film.
Yeah, so I become a hero
I'm
first.
just talking about student number 1 boss.
I love their banter and their
No one knows about
arguments.
it. No one knows about it. This is recorded evidence.
How?
Yeah, that
I
is.
acted in a film as a child artist.
We are talking-
in 85. Sorry,
What film was
85.
that? What film was that?
Pillangrovi.
Did it release?
No.
Yeah,
I don't know.
we are talking about official entries here. So I entered first. I was a senior. Yes, Iprajapama Junior.
Who listens to who?
We listen to you.
So
Senior.
some topic.
And
All right.
Okay.
that's so
in the
cute. I
beginning,
love it. I love the
you know,
chemistry.
He's a bundle of talent from the beginning.
Too much, sir. That
Yeah,
is just-
and I think by the even when he was born, he was a bundle of talent, I guess. No, and, I think probably in the beginning he was too energetic and he was giving everything for every shot. And acting doesn't work like that. You should know when to step on the pedal, and you should know when to take your foot off the pedal. In the beginning, he didn't know, and also everything was on
Full throttle.
full throttle, and he didn't know how to select his stories. No, he didn't have the maturity to think that a film works on a story and his role in the story. No, he didn't know how to think in those terms. So he was like going like a bull in a China bull in a China house. Now I see him. He's much more mature. He knows how to judge stories. He knows how to select stories. He knows when to go full steam and when to step back. He
All right, I'm going to pause here for a second because we obviously captured quite a bit. But what do you think, Emily, with that thing he was saying about him not knowing, like he was giving everything? Did that make sense to you? Because I know you did, like you both did some acting stuff, so maybe.
Yeah, totally. I think the gist of, from what I understand, maybe the gist of what he's saying is like, if you are always playing the same level of energy, it's going to give a performance that is very flat, right? Even if you are high energy the entire time, it's like you're going. There's nowhere to really go. But when you, like my acting teacher always said that, you know, the silences are just as important as screaming your head off, you know?
Right.
The more you savor each moment of, you know, the character's arc, the more the audience is going to sympathize with you and kind of go on that journey with you. And so maybe he was just saying that he was going too much in the beginning, but then that moment when he's able to savor the silence, savor the hard, maybe more quiet moments is when he really started to grow his career, it sounds like. I totally get it. I haven't thought about that in a while, but it's super interesting.
Yeah, no, I was wondering what that would be like, right? Like experientially. But Randee, your thoughts? I mean, are anything so far that we've seen? What stood out?
Yeah, going off of what you said, I feel like sometimes, especially like in the past when I've acted, I've definitely had somebody say like, you're acting, you're not storytelling, you know, like too focused on what I was giving instead of just really being a part of the whole story and playing my role. So I kind of feel like it's important that he said that. I also love that he's acknowledging so sweetly just the growth that he's seen. In these guys. I'm like, it's so kind. Like they obviously have such a beautiful connection. I'm like, oh.
I know. And I love the fact that he was even mentioning like about storytelling, how he was like, you know, it's not always just about you growing. It's about the choice of scripts, right? Like the fact that he was not picking the right scripts. And I think for you guys, as you pick roles and all, I think you probably have more experience than me here in terms of like, sometimes you don't get to decide, But I guess if you have the choice and options, I mean, it's really important that you see the larger picture, right? And not just like, okay, this is about me. And I think clearly it seems there's a lot more to it, right, than just your performance.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, and I love the fact that it just really feels so honest and open. Like we've seen them in other interviews, but there's always like a professional facade, and here it feels like it's a like because they all know each other and are friends. It really does feel like you're talking to your, close friends or family. So I love that vibe with them. But yeah,
Understands all that. That's the main difference. In acting, I don't see anything. It's the same from beginning from there to now.
So what was that one core of Tarak that didn't change from the beginning to
he's
now?
known as
a
Tarak.
person?
That's his pet name, or like I guess his name
His
that we know
energy
him by.
levels are quite high. From it is high, then it is high now.
High now.
High now. The only thing is he learned how to
10 Red Bulls talte, ela untaro, he's always here.
10 Red Bulls.
And Charan sir, from Magadira to now.
Again, Charan has loads of talent then, now. But he had absolutely no idea of how films work in the beginning. He slowly understood, same way Tarak.
You guys see the dog on the couch, by the way?
I know.
I thought it was a pillow at first.
Me
Now
too.
he has learned to trust his instincts more.
So cute.
One thing. Second thing, he learned to
I'm such
keep
an obedient
himself-
dog. My dog
his
would never
mind
do that.
So cute.
free of what do you say, his own thoughts, his own interpretations, his own feelings. He somehow makes himself completely free of everything when he comes to my shop, and he says, I'm
Look
a
at those
complete
looks
white
that
people.
Tarak
Write
is giving
whatever
his
you want.
friend.
I'll be whatever you want to be, and to that, I mean, sometimes I am amazed. Acting, I know he can do it very, very well. Like when he was,
It seems like
I
sons and dad, you know?
Dub
Yeah.
in their own voices for all the languages. All the
Proud
languages,
sons.
they know all the languages, but if there is something, some fine nuance is not coming through. I was sitting there in the dubbing theater, and there was a Vijay, the Tamil assistant director, who is correcting him. There is one particular word which is not getting the accent right. It went for like 70, 80 takes. He was
my
going to get that.
70, 80? Wow.
Going. I was sitting there. There is not even one iota of a frustration or irritation or impatience or nothing. He was just going like that again and again. And, with the same intensity, with the same eagerness to get it right.
Wow. Wow.
That I'm quite impressed, very, very impressed with.
I think we're impressed too.
Yeah.
Right? 70, 80 takes, and he's like calm as a, like just, oh.
That
wow.
level of professionalism is like, you win. You win.
Yeah. And I think that they're right. They do seem like opposites, right? Like one is like they were saying, like he's like Red Bull energy, like a sort of bull in a china, like he's got that amazing energy. And I think we see that in his dances too, right? NTR, like the energy he brings. And I do think that with Ram Charan, you see that control, discipline, and intensity, like that sort of smoldering thing inside. Like, yeah, wow. I love that. I love that they know each other so well, and like the way they're sitting, like you guys were also saying, like little students being so happy, they're looking at each
So
other like,
cute.
hey, he's praising you. That is so adorable.
Any of the shots while I was shooting, but in the dubbing, his
Well done.
approach to do, I will do what you want, and I will do it to my fullest ability.
Nice.
That is what I.
Also, guys, I want to just let you know you can adjust the volume on your screen in case it seems a bit low. Just letting you know. Yeah.
Okay.
Really liked about it.
Now the two of you can start in whichever order. What is the difference in him from the time you met him first to today?
Nothing has changed. His urge for telling good, big stories his urge to
Keyword big.
to make great, wonderful, visually high giving films. Nothing has changed. He's the only thing which has changed in him is he's a little older now. He's got a lot of grey there. And he's more hungry. His hunger has increased as much as his success. So his hunger and his success are par with each other. Earlier his hunger was more.
Wow.
His success maybe he was still going there to match up to that. Bahubali, you know how hungry this man can be and how successful you can be. and he's I don't know, nothing has changed him as a person, as a filmmaker. He's just more hungry.
Yeah, so on the camera he's saying more hungry. If you switch off the camera he'll say he's more crazy.
And the best part is it's not contagious. It doesn't go to anybody, it just stays with him. It stays with him.
And he was saying all the dialogues hanging 60 feet into there. Parallel gali
So basically he's going like that. So he started from Jagannath. 60 feet. He drops
Like it's
you.
one of those shots, yeah.
You have to go 60 feet again up there. And then he takes you again 60. And the best part, and I told him, I said, do you realize I have 2 kids now?
Charan, what do you find as a difference?
Yeah, he's right. His appetite for storytelling, in enhancing his storytelling to a whole different new level I've seen since Bahubali, and it's unstoppable. I don't think this train is going to stop anywhere.
It shouldn't also
Yeah.
stop. So one thing I have to talk about is the action. That's a bar you keep pushing from the time you've started. We spoke a lot about your early films and how you approached action sequences there. Now this trailer
This guy's a really good
pushed all
interviewer,
boundaries.
in addition to being an actor.
I'm saying
Yeah.
Bahubali was magical, it was a fictional universe, it was folklore. This seems real and mad.
Yeah.
So tell me, what was this thought?
See, I always like larger than life sequences. Everything has to be larger than life. But for that to work, you have to keep the emotions very, very real.
I know,
If the
I saw him
emotions
go
are
for the
not
pet.
real, then how much ever action you do, it just will just skip off the surface. It won't go into the
So true.
audience's heart. It won't touch them properly. That I'm very, very sure of. I'm so sure that even I'll put emotion in a song like Not Not. Even in Nacho Nacho, there will be an emotion.
Interesting,
The action
yeah.
sequences. I have hundreds of images continuously running in my mind. I can't keep all of them. I'll search through my emotion. So if there is an emotion running in this guy, for example, there is the shot where he's shouting at the tiger, right? There's a sequence with him and the tiger. There
We
are
saw that in the
thousands
trailer.
of ways where you can place the sequences with the tiger. So why I reached that point, this particular point, him shouting against the tiger, is that I go through the emotion. It might just look heroic that he's shouting at the tiger, but if you observe closely, there is so much of angst, frustration, so much of revolt inside that shout. So I am very particular about that. I am very particular about how he shouts, when he starts opening his eyes, when he starts going into the shout, when the shout reaches its crescendo. Everything I am very particular of. Of course, he is such a talent that he can give me what I want in just 1 or 2 takes. But I am very particular about those hitting those right notes. That comes from the chasing the emotion, not visual. Visual will follow. You chase the emotion, visual will follow you.
That's
So
an
this is the
interesting
first time
perspective.
you worked
Yeah.
with like official Hindi actors, I think. What was that like?
I will.
Alia,
I
Ajay
will.
Devgn, sir.
I will fight my whole life if needed be to take out the tag of Hindi actor, Telugu actor,
Yeah,
so
but I
that
guess-
whatever.
I guess we just come from so many places now.
Yes, same places. I know,
Yeah.
and there is
Yeah.
nothing wrong in
Yeah.
terming someone as a Telugu actor or Hindi actor, but I don't want it to be a kind of border between people. You know?
Your cinema.
Indian actors. What I want them is Indian
Not like
actors.
actor from.
So they're all in one place now.
Yeah,
We don't say
India.
Oh, I
actor
like
is from
that,
New York,
yeah.
California, Virginia. It's like your Indian cinema there. It's like,
Indian actor. I want them to Indian actor, but it was terrific having them on the sets, Ajay sir or Alia.
So just want to kind of throw some context. So Ajay sir, he's saying, and Alia. So Alia Bhatt and Ajay Devgan, we have not seen them. So guys, the three of us are going to start watching RRR very soon. But these are like very well-known actors, like he was saying, in Hindi cinema. So they do a lot of what is known as Bollywood. So they were part of this project as well, in sort of smaller roles, but significant roles nonetheless. So I think that's the question that he was trying to ask.
Thorough professionals they have. Ajay sir is here so long, and he knows what to do, what not to do, but he was very comfortable. He gave me so much of comfort as a director to do what I needed him to do. And Alia is a treasure house of talent. You know, she can do her things like that. So easy to work with.
Nice.
I had a great time working with them.
Okay. Apart from Indian actors, you had English actors this
Yes.
time. So now I can say that you're English language actors.
Yeah.
I saw a bunch of them. You see those in real big Hollywood movies. They've done some
Yeah.
really big global films,
Yeah.
and you got to put them
Yeah.
within our system. How is the working with them?
No, because the film is set in the pre-independent era, I needed to have
British actors.
English actors, and initially we didn't know how to approach them. We were trying through different sources, and we are just not reaching the correct actors. Then I was getting frustrated a bit, and I asked Shekhar Kapoor sir to help me out. He said he gave me some references of acting agencies. Then we reached these people: Ray Stevenson, Alison Doody, and Olivia Morris. Olivia Morris is an upcoming talent, and Alison Doody is a heroine of Indiana Jones and
Yes,
So she was,
Temple
yeah,
of Doom or-
Indiana Jones, yeah.
or the
one of the Indiana Jones series.
one of the
Yes.
Indiana Jones
Yes.
series. She's the heroine.
Oh, nice.
Last Crusade.
Oh,
She's the heroine
she's
of
the
the Last Crusade, and Ray Stevenson acted in many web series, big English Hollywood films, and all. Initially, it was a little bit difficult. They have a certain way of
set organization or
set
communication
organization.
in whatever.
Yeah, communication, basically communication. But they quickly came into our way of working.
Nice.
And it was very nice working. I think he immediately understood, particularly Ray immediately understood the kind of template I'm going into. And it worked really well for us. And Olivia is so good looking, so nice. Her performances are so nice. Even though the scenes are less, you can see her talent in those few scenes.
So how was
Love
it
them,
for
like,
you guys?
snickering on the
set,
side.
which is
But yeah, I'm going to pause here for a bit just so we can reflect a little. So guys, what do you think though? Like they talked about the English actors. Obviously we haven't, spoken much about them because we're focusing on the talented and amazing Indian leads in the film. But if you guys, I guess, were approached, I mean, he talked about some of these actors who are established doing Indiana Jones and Ray Stevenson, I think, doing a lot of web series. Are you familiar with these actors by any chance, Emily or Randee? I know I haven't seen, I think maybe all of Indiana Jones, or I don't remember. But do you happen to know any of them?
My pop culture is so bad.
Yeah, mine too.
Okay, same here. We're all in the same boat then. That's great.
I probably know their face more than I would know their name.
Yeah.
That would make sense. But I was gonna ask, like, if you guys with acting job, if you got an opportunity to do something like RRR, what would that be like? Like if you had an opportunity to do like a Indian film or something, like would that be scary to work with someone like Rajamouli and his vision, or do you think it would be like, I mean, I don't know, what would your experience or take be?
Yeah, I feel like, you would just have to look at that as the most epic opportunity ever. I mean, I think you would
Right.
have an opportunity to fully submerge yourself in a completely different cultural setting, first of all, and then just they
Yeah.
obviously have a different process. He was saying that it took a little bit for the British actors to sort of like get used to it, but
Right.
I mean, how exciting. And then obviously we've seen something so beautiful and wonderful came out of it. So of course, heck yes.
So you'd be willing to put up with all like the 60 feet and whatever it takes.
Maybe I would have some apprehension at that, but yeah.
Emily, what would you feel?
I mean, like, why not? I mean, I would love to travel more someday and to be able to do something like this. I just feel like, again, it would be like the most incredible opportunity. And as long as you can take direction well, I think that's maybe something that he prioritizes, and you can see in the way that he talks about how particular he is. But like, definitely 100%.
Yeah, I mean, especially now with like, you know, Rajamouli becoming almost like a global name, right? Like people here in America, all of us know. So yeah, I don't know if I mean, I'm not obviously acting, but I would probably just enjoy his films. But yeah, I would imagine like this would be an amazing opportunity to learn from one of the best, right? And just kind of, I mean, if any of us on this channel ever get to talk to or meet, you know, that would be super cool too. So yay, fingers crossed.
So true.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
That would be amazing. Yeah. So we'll keep hoping. Let's see.
Culturally exploding.
Yeah,
That's something that.
that's the answer. That's the answer.
So I was in aluminum factory shooting. I kept walking up and down. I said, "No, this is."
I love Tarek's like energy and personality. He's so fun, right?
Animals.
Animals.
It was a cultural explosion. It was.
I never saw a tiger and a horse in the same frame, just walking. No, it's like a child going into Disneyland. So you see this ride.
Yeah, like a candy shop.
You're like,
so
I want to try this ride, this fight, this song. It was that interesting for me.
Nice cross-pollination actually happened. It was good to know actors from different languages, different cultures. It was nice.
Nice.
It was really good.
So now let's get to props and weapons. Now those are the coolest things you have in all your movies. They're so cool that they become posters, they become iconic images, and it's just not about right from Simhadri. I remember the axe that you've designed was so cool. It used to be in Tarak's bar for some time.
No, but actually then they came to know that was a duplicate and this was the original.
Sorry, my
He still had the original. I thought I got the original. But
the one in your house?
yeah, no, when I came the duplicate one.
Oh really? You kept the
The
original?
original is still there.
You gotta do.
You kept showing me off like it's the original. He
He didn't know for many years.
And then finally he told me.
Terrible.
And he told me that after my maturity was, increased and
Thank
I
God.
was a little more challenged. I would have literally sneaked into his house. He's like, what are you doing? I want the axe.
What is it in this film, sir, that we've got?
No, I don't really know what catches the audience's imagination when I'm making the film. Only after the film releases, they find something cool, and I think, oh, this is what they caught their imagination.
Sure.
I don't.
But
Yeah,
you
that
go
would be
into a
difficult to
very big
predict,
detail
right?
of
Yeah.
making something.
And I make the detail of everything.
Everything, okay. So-
Everything, every set, every prop, every statue, every door, every weapon. Even if it's, if you look closely, even the barbed wire will have so much of detail. So I don't know what will catch audience's imagination and what they will, think this is the coolest thing. And once they decide, then I think, yes, that is
Okay, so what is it for you guys? What are cool things that you got to use?
I want you to I want the world to watch the one particular block where I don't think. See, he accepts it also. He said it on camera many times that he is a very visual director.
Yes, of course.
There is one shot, Rana, where what actually happens when fire and water collide.
Ooh,
Nice.
all right.
Can't wait for people to actually see that shot. The shot of
All right, now
fire
we're
and
excited.
water.
Wow,
there's always this question.
It sounds like beyond, like emotionally something that.
No, you're talking about weapons, and this is exactly what I'm giving you.
Yeah.
And I don't know what's going to happen if I just can't wait for that.
So I guess this was
like
pre-release
the
for
wildest
sure.
roller coaster ride I was sitting on.
65 nights and
I feel
65 nights.
65 nights.
65 nights.
And you're going to be disoriented, you don't know what day,
We
what
started 2019 summer and ended 2020 December. Spread over, yeah. And we had pandemic.
remember talking about that,
We had
yeah.
to literally stop everything and then again get back. And when we get back, where are we? Back at nights again. I was like, this still isn't done.
I feel in that fight, Tarak and me were the props. The fire and water were the heroine.
I'm telling you. No, I'm telling you.
I love that because we talked about this, right, Emily? I think in the interview that we had, I know with Randee we did the one with SS Rajamouli, the interview, but the one that me and Emily watched with Caitlin, they were talking about these 65 nights, and we were like, that sounds insane. So I guess they're like letting out their inner frustrations more this time around. But wow, yeah, it sounds epic. Sounds epic, but clearly they were put through the ringer.
Yeah, a little triggered. They like
I'm not sounding very cliche or whatever, but we literally are the weapons, and the fire and water are the heroes.
Wow. So
No, I'm telling.
this is.
I
this
just
sounds
can't wait
awesome.
for the world to see it. I don't know. I think he, yeah.
Putting
as you
this
said,
down in
he's
my
got
to
this
watch
crazy fancy towards
yeah.
action,
And violence
and this was.
I think
I don't know.
probably
This
the
was
most
so
emotional fight
beautifully-
I've ever watched.
Yeah, and it was very aesthetically choreographed as well. It's
Quite
the
poetic.
difference of both these elements, their mindset, their exposure, their urge, everything put into that. Oh my god, I just can't wait for people to watch it, and then
And I still think the
Yeah.
end shot of that episode is my favorite
damn.
shot in the film.
damn.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Now the fun is
They're
starting.
getting us pumped.
No, but mark my words, Rana. I think this movie is just literally is going to take people into a very emotional roller coaster. There are times when you'll be holding your seat and you would want to pull it out. You want to rip the seats off. You'll
I hope
cry.
not.
You will laugh. You will smile. You will be many things
Wow.
as a human being sitting on that chair watching Triple R.
That's awesome.
That's for sure.
It sounds like you got to watch
I
it now.
want to leave the interview and
No, I'm
go
saying
to
honestly, with a
watching
film like
right
of this
away.
scale, everything becomes really memorable.
Me too, yeah.
But tell me that one day on set that made it feel that you will take forever. Moment, shot.
Yeah, so there are many memorable days of shooting for Triple R, or call it the big action sequences or the songs or whatever we shot for. But the first day of he announcing it to both of us that he wants to make a movie with us was that day. I wanna keep it as a memory in my heart always. It'll stay with me because the shock we had when he said this, it was everything. It was shocking because we didn't know if either of us is going to back out from it. Because Rana, see, you know it. You've been in the industry. It's not an easy task. Knowingly or unknowingly, it's been these two rival families for the past 30 years. And though we are friends, it's not only our friendship, but
So apparently their fathers or grandfather, I think they were competitors. So there was like a rivalry between their houses in terms of their fan clubs. Yeah. It's,
Oh, wow.
yeah, very Romeo, Juliet, Montague, Capulet. But yeah, apparently their friendship sustained it. So that's a good idea.
Good for
That's a good-
them. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
it needs to translate to our fans. It needs to translate to the families, the fans as well. So, but I don't know, he called me and he said, Tarak, I need to speak to you, come home. He never says that, usually, unless and until it's work related. So I know I had this excitement. Okay, now he's calling for work. Now I think it's time he's moving on to his next project. Okay, maybe. So I knew, okay, fine, he wants to say something, fine. So I went home and you know how it is, you know how his home is, you know, houses. I just had a pillow and I was just lying on the floor and just chatting. Normal stuff. And then suddenly our man walks in. So I was like, okay, now why is he here? Then my mind started shifting. So I was like, okay, maybe he came to
For some other work.
for some other work. Fine, I
Mine
think I
is
should.
work.
And then yeah, you know, we were like, oh yeah, and he was leaving to Goa. So then after that I was like, okay, fine, you know, I think I need to give both of them some private time. Let him leave and then we'll talk. We'll get into our project. So then I was like, okay, Charan, you guys talk. I was like, where are you going? I was like, yeah, I thought you guys want to talk. So then I was like, no, I need to talk to both of you. I was like, what? Both of us were looking at each other. Then that's when he announced this shocking, his revelation of saying that.
Oh, nice. And they had no idea either that this was
Then
coming.
instant, obviously, you know, who's going to say no? Rana, we said it. And after that, our man went to Goa. And I went back home.
I went to Goa and celebrated the news.
And then he called me. I said, "Em jarigindi?"
I remember calling him from Goa.
Em jarigindi? So he said, what happened? Like, I don't know. Something happened. And then, you know, meanwhile the photo, you know, the tweet was shared. Hashtag RRR was there. There was this.
Yeah, their fans were celebrating as soon as they shared
And all
stuff.
people
Yeah.
sitting on the couch.
The couch,
And
yeah.
all that happened. But still, you know.
You know, Rana, there are many moments here. Okay, just walking into his sets itself is a memorable thing. Take back the work part of this movie, the shoot part of it. I'm going to take back so many memories, so many new things which I learned. Oh, I can express like this for something like this. This much is enough. That much is enough. Whatever. There's so many things I learned from Rajamouli garu. But the most precious thing is, I don't think this can again happen. I wish it will happen.
Oh,
It continues with many other actors are also collaborating with each other. But for our generation, this is the first time this is happening. And
Like stars
this
of that
for me,
magnitude, I guess.
I can't
Yeah.
even imagine that this is actually happening.
And you know, I think it will sink in only when the movie releases. After the moment
Like,
is
yeah.
when it passes and when you're reminiscing everything again.
That's when you realize the worth of what we did.
What RRR truly is. It's not only about a great story, a great
I remember we both used to
helmed by a great director. It's everything, all
We
that's
used to
there.
talk to each other on the sets during the breaks in between shots. Said, Tarak, you know, no matter how many differences we might have, we should have as human beings. But let's enjoy these moments we are together on his sets, not
Wow.
on any other sets. On the biggest
I love that. I love that
film,
camaraderie
we are
and yeah.
part and we are
Totally.
together. That is something you want to treasure. Let's enjoy each moment.
And it's a very proud moment.
The
Rana.
coffee
Somewhere
times
I
we
think
have, the lunch
this
times we
multi-starrer
have.
has lost its glory slowly. It just fizzled away, you know. The multi-starrers, you know, it's not happening anymore. But now when it's happening and who are going to be the torch bearers of it, it's us. We'll be remembered. History will remember
Aww.
that these two guys came together thanks to him. Of course, without him,
History will remember them for sure.
It
For
definitely
sure.
wouldn't have been possible, but
I don't
he'll be
think we both
he'll
will
be
come
remem-
together for
yeah.
anybody else also.
He'll be remembered for erasing those regional imaginary lines we had and made it one big Indian film industry.
Aww.
And he'll be remembered for this also, and we will be in the pages.
You a message once this was announced at some
Little
part
did
of the
they
video.
know, huh?
And that's why I kept referring
Yeah.
to this film to people in Bombay or any other place. Where as an audience who grew up watching Telugu films or grew up learning from Telugu films, to me the industry was somewhere defined by eras of three different people. And the first was NTR, the next was Megastar, and the third was you. Where I just feel three of you here are like a embodiment or a representation of all the pride that all of us have, and this is what it is.
I love it.
So it really
Lovely.
So I think nobody else but this, sir. This is truly the fullest frame.
Yeah.
Thanks, Rana. Thank you.
So it's awesome, sir, and I hope this film will be the biggest, bigger than Bahubali, bigger than everything else that you've made. All right, sirs, have an awesome time promoting. Show me the film as soon as you guys are showing outsider, and I'll be there.
Thanks for inviting us, Rana.
And thank you for bringing this guy here.
Yeah, the fourth hour.
So cute.
Now tell me, what is this here? You're moving around with Ryan now?
I mean, Upasana is working, and
That's his wife,
he's
yeah.
I mean, she's my companion now.
We're in Bombay.
Yeah, in Bombay.
It's my
She's flying with me everywhere.
Hi. You want to introduce her?
This is Ryan. Everybody. It's a poodle.
Hey, Ryan.
And Rana loves dogs, I think.
All right. Wow. That was some interview. Like I feel like I'm more pumped about this film, right? Watching it together. Because even halfway through the interview, I was like, oh God, I wish I could just pause it and we could get to watching this movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, and what are your thoughts? Emily, we'll start with you.
The thing I just keep coming back to is just like, you see some films in Hollywood that are just simply made for money.
Yeah.
The director doesn't care, the actors don't really care, it's corny, no one watches, it's just not good because it's just made to make money. But you can tell that this project has so much love and thought and like work, and it's just such an incredible piece that I think they didn't, maybe everyone has to make money, but I feel like maybe that wasn't their first thought. Maybe that's the idea struck and they rode with it, and I just can't wait to watch it.
Yeah.
Randee?
Oh yeah. I think I'm more excited about watching it now, just that I've seen the shared admiration in that room. I hope we see it sort of bleed through into the movie, like you were saying, like the love can make or break a production. And he even said, he's looking for authenticity and just displaying what the interviewer was saying, like, you guys are an example of our pride, and I realized, like, Indian first before anything else. I hear that a lot and see that, and I'm like, oh gosh, like it makes I want to rip my heart out and give it to them. Like, good work.
It really did feel like there was so much pride, and especially NTR with like the energy and enthusiasm he was talking about those scenes, and then Charan as well. Like, I was like, oh my God, I really want to watch these things, and the fact that they like now. We have a different level of appreciation when we watch the movie, right? Because we have heard them, we have seen the work, the tremendous work. And of course, they at the time didn't know they're going to make history for India with the Oscar win. They had no realization. But I guess that energy, that vision that they felt at that moment translated like down the line with the epic success, and all of us now Americans watching this movie and feeling excited to see it. So hats off to all three of them for what they achieved and what they have done. And we are very excited, guys. So that this interview was amazing. I think, like we were saying, like at the beginning, this is one of the more fun interviews we've seen. I think they were authentically and completely being themselves, because it was like they have this shared history and friendship. So thank you again to our subscriber, our family member. Wait, let me get her. Anshika Singh. Anshika, you have no reason to complain now. We have gotten to your request. I hope you enjoyed our reaction. And guys, if you want your subscriptions to be heard, again, put it down in the comments below. We have a lot of requests and we're trying to get to all of them. So again, we hope to be around for a long time. So if we don't get to your request right away, don't despair. We will get to it eventually. And thank you so much for all the love you've been giving us. We will see you soon. Bye.
Bye.